capstone project this time, when we met, is I wanted to change the way professional development looked for my teachers. Every time that we did some type of PD, I'm the one that always goes up, how was it? What'd you learn? What are you going to do in your classroom paper? And they're
Sounds
always
really
like, well, yeah, that's fine. Or, well, you know, really that was upper grades. I really could use it down here. And so I kind of got tired of hearing the same old blasé response. And so I thought, what can I do different? How can I make this more personalized for my teachers? How can I meet their individual needs? And so I started brainstorming a little bit, talking to some other people. And so my capstone project is actually personalizing professional learning for teachers. So here's kind of how it started. At the end of last year, when we started kind of discussing this and stuff, I thought what I would do, because all the teachers, as you already know, the Peaches has to do their own self-reflection. So they have to look at themselves and analyze what their needs are and where they think their strengths and weaknesses are. And so I thought, well, I can take it from that, because they, better than anybody, know themselves and what they need and what can help them grow. So after they completed that toward the end of last year, probably in May, I think it was, I went ahead and I thought, okay, you know, beginning of the year PD is always, I'll be honest with you, is such a humdrum waste for teachers, because you have, confidentiality and bloodborne pathogens and all that junk that I know it's important, I know it's the law, and we follow the law, but that's not really what's important for my teachers. So I thought, here's the perfect way to get them started. I can start right off the bat and get them hooked and make them know that I'm in their corner and I'm going to help them with their own professional learning. So before school ended, I sent a survey to all my teachers on Survey Monkey, which took about 2 minutes, and I just said, from looking at your PGP, if you've analyzed the data for yourself, you've looked at your self-reflection, you have determined what is the area of need that you've got. I need to know that. So if you could, I need you to take this survey. It'll take just a minute. There's only a question on it. I just need to know where you're at and what you need. That way I can help you. And so I sent that out. Well, on my survey, I made sure that my survey aligned with the Peaches, because what better way to do it? That's the areas of needs they're going to have, so why would I ask for anything else? So I give them examples. I went through and tried to find different things for each component of that, so that I can make sure that I address those things. And I did leave a little extra box if there's anything in particular that they felt like they really wanted to hone in on, that I can make sure that I got that. So over the summer, my summer was spent looking for professional development for my teachers. And to be honest with you, I did ask a few people from central office, because I knew they were experts in certain things, and I wanted them to be able to come and be a part of that with us. But I truthfully started looking online to find different conferences that I knew were state conferences or research-based strategies, or things that I knew was going to be effective for my teachers and not things that they normally see all the time. I wanted to do something different. So after I did that, I worked all summer and made sure that I could get that all lined out for them. And I set up my first PD day, and everything that we had, nothing that we had was not something that teachers said that they needed or wanted. It was nothing that I said, oh, I think this looks great, fun, let's do this. No, everything was specifically designed to meet teacher needs. So after the first day, they came in, and actually I went ahead and invited several schools in our area, and I even sent them the survey, because I thought, you know what, we really need to be doing this for all teachers, and I could make a little bit of impact. So anyway, we ended up coming together on the first day, and I will tell you at the end of the day, and I was a nervous wreck because I didn't know what would happen. I didn't know how it would turn out. But at the end of the day, when I talked to the teachers, I had them all come together, and everything that I was told was, this is what I needed. You figured out what I wanted. This is what's going to help me grow. And so I was like, yes, we're on the right track. So from the reflections, I went ahead and had them do reflections. And I wanted to know, number one, what did you learn today? Because you said that this was specifically what you needed. So what did you learn today? Number two, how are you going to put that in your classroom? How is that going to look in your classroom? How is classroom instruction going to change because of what you did today? And so then I asked them, number three, do you feel like there's other things in this area that maybe now I need to go find for you? Now that you've had a little bit of taste of what you need, what else do we need to find? So From that, I have actually set up a little organizer, it's a real simple little organizer, nothing drastic. But I've got it organized by categories now so that I know what teacher needs what. So when I look at my organizer, I could say, for example, questioning and discussion techniques. These 5 teachers, that's what they're going to be focusing on. Student engagement, these teachers. So I probably have about 6 categories that ends up so far. And from that, what I've ended up doing is, and I'm just going to give you one example, because I don't have time to give you all. But for example, like with student engagement, at the beginning of the year, and that was several of their needs, to be honest with you, probably about 8 teachers. And so from that, I went and started looking, and I found through PIMSR the Kagan strategies, which are wonderful. Well, when I contacted them, they were like, yeah, we can set up something with you. They have a book study, and it's Total Participation is the name of the book. And so I have set up training sessions, let's say that, with them throughout the whole year. They came the first day of our PD, they're coming back November 2nd, they're coming back in March, and then they're coming back at the end of the year. And when we complete that whole cycle, those teachers will have 21 new student engagement strategies. Now, to me, that wasn't enough. So I'm thinking, okay, and I talked to the trainer and I said, how can I make this to where we apply? How can I make it to where we get feedback? How do I know that that's what we're doing? I need to go further. So each time she comes, we're getting 4 new strategies. Our teachers are practicing those strategies in their classroom instruction from beginning of the year until November. Then when she comes back, they're going to bring student work samples. They're going to bring either pictures or anything that shows and proves that they've used those strategies. And we're going to have discussion about how that worked. And then they're going to introduce 4 new strategies. And so that process will continue. And once those 21 strategies are implemented, then they will know what's going to work for their classroom. Because we know not all 21 probably isn't going to work. But that's one example. So in order to make sure that I continue that for the rest of the year, one of the things that we're doing, like as far as PLC time and making sure they have time to discuss that, we have 4 home plannings a week, so they do have opportunities to plan within themselves. Then in addition to that, what we've tried to start doing is in the mornings, and we've only did this one time, but we're hoping to do it again in November, is we have like character education program coming, and they are going to start in our gym at 8 o'clock and do a school-wide program. So during that time, my teachers come early, and we sit down and we can work either horizontally or vertically or with our groups like that. In addition to that, on email, I've set up, it's like blogs, so that we have one for student engagement. We're going to have one just for discussion and questioning. And so that way, every time we do something, or the teachers are involved in some type of training, or if we do book study, whatever it is we're doing, we can do a constant communication through that blog. And then that way, next year, I will have all that evidence, so when the new teacher starts something new, I already know what we need to do. And it's already set up for us. And then we can just add to it. So that's just a little bit of what my capstone project is, and I think it's really going to be successful. I'm really excited about it, as you can tell, and I do think it's going to make an impact on our teachers and classroom instruction. That's it.